up, Purple Banditos, and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon X. I'm PurpleRodri. Last time we caught the legendary Pokemon Zygarde, and in today's episode, we're gonna go after another legendary Pokemon. Now, as you can see, I'm here in Snowbell City, and it's actually around this area where I've been for a while. So I want to go ahead and explain to you guys how we're going to go after this next legendary Pokemon, which, as I'm going to go ahead and show you here in the Pokedex, it is one that I've already seen. So once you become the champion, once you defeat the Elite Four and the champion, and you technically beat the game, now the next time you run into a grassy area, you'll bump into one of the 3 legendary bird Pokemon of the Kanto region. Now you'll get to see the one according to the starter you picked. I picked a Fennekin, so I'm going after Zapdos. Now, after I beat the Elite Four, I ran into the patch of grass and I immediately bumped into him. Now I've done a little something off screen, which is actually chased him around Kalos 10 different times. So you have to bump into him 10 times, and then he'll appear, as you can see, in one of these little islands up here, which is called the Sea Spirit's Den, and that's where we're going to be headed. Now, a quick strategy for you guys. What I personally did was I stayed in the same town, and I would just fly into it over and over again until the Pokemon was in the routes near me. Then I would just, bicycle over to it and then bump into it. So it takes a lot of time. It probably took, an hour or two to do it. It's kind of time consuming, but once you've done that, you're ready to go and catch, your legendary. Now that we're done that, we're ready to go after it. So we're going to make our way here to Coumarine City, because this is where we're gonna have to go in order to find this Pokemon. Now, I've kind of explored a little bit. I don't know exactly to the dot where it is we need to go, but I've kind of, had the chance to look around and take some opportunities to, figure out to a better, way where we need to go. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to take this train station thing over here. Now, if you guys remember, Zygarde was a little bit hard to catch. We had a pretty easy time with Mewtwo. And Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno might be a little easier, maybe a little bit more difficult. I don't know. I've picked myself up some Dusk Balls. I have the Quick Balls ready to go. I also have an Ultra Ball ready to go as well. So I feel like we're ready. I think we're ready. By that, I mean we're probably going to take like 400 bajillion Pokeballs to catch him. But, why not? That's why we play this game. We like to have a little fun once in a while. So as you can see, we're here in Route 12. 4G Town or something like that. 4GC mateys, something of that sort. I don't know. All I know is that from here, we actually have to surf upwards because this is what a lot of you guys told me. A lot of you guys tipped me off to this, so thank you very much for that. And I know we got to head up here. Now, there might be a couple trainers that we can bump into. I'm going to try my best to avoid them. I don't really want to battle trainers. I'm trying to just make my way to where the legendary Pokemon is, and wow! This is cool. Nice little picture spot for you if you're interested in doing that. Stop right there. My boy Phil will take a picture of you. You guys know who Phil is. He's the Chinese photographer dude that pops up whenever you go up to the picture things. Anyways, we've made it here to the cave we have to enter. Now, before we head inside, I'm a little nervous, so I'm going to go ahead and save, and then we'll be ready to take on Zapdos. Okay, guys, I feel like we're ready to take on this legendary Pokemon, so let's make our way inside. And it seems like we have arrived in the Sea Spirit's Den. Now, what was that noise? Well, am I going crazy? I'm already crazy. Who am I kidding? But it seems like there's something above us. What could it be? I feel like I'm in Jurassic Park. What is that? All right, guys, here we go. Rodri versus Zapdos, the legendary Pokemon of the Kanto region, has made its way out of the power plant and has ended up here in Kalos for some reason. I don't know. These Pokemon, I guess, love to venture around. If I was a Zapdos or a Moltres or an Articuno, I'd be doing the same. If I could fly, I would love to fly around. If I had, like, the superpower to fly, I'd be flying all across the world for fun, Wake up here in Florida, have some lunch in, like, Paris. Have some dinner in China. Who knows? I'd do crazy stuff like that. I think it'd be kind of fun to fly around. I think it's a cool power. A better power, even better than flying, teleportation. Then you don't have to waste your time flying around. You can go straight to where you want to. Also, I kind of forgot to use the Quick Ball on this guy, which is absolutely fun, but I'm going to mix things up a little bit, and I'm going to bring out our main man, Nessie. Maybe a Thunderbolt won't do too much to it. By that, I mean, let's hope that it doesn't do too much to it. And if it does, that's going to suck. I'm going to tell you right now, that's going to suck a little bit. I don't know why it's using Rain Dance, though. Does Rain Dance power up electric moves? I mean, technically, you know, in a scientific term, it would. But does it power it up here? I can't really tell you that. Oh, it's going for a discharge. Yeah, it's probably going to do a ton, isn't it? Ouch. All right, let's go for the Thunderbolt. Hopefully, it just, like, trickles it down a little bit. Ooh, I love it. I love it. That's what I was going for, you know? Just a little bit of a trickle, you know? Just a little that. Let's go for, I'm going to open up with a Dusk Ball. Now, I don't know how hard these Pokemon are to catch, like I told you guys. But let's cross our fingers. And nope, it's going to be a fun time. Hope you guys have had a nice week. My week's been all right. I actually got back home. Got the chance to go back home to visit my family this past weekend. And I actually had a blast. You know, I hadn't been back there in a long time. So it was nice to go and get to hang out with, like, my little sisters. And it was just nice, you know, spending some time with my family. I think it's something you should definitely get to do, especially once you move out on your own. I think it's always good to go back to your roots, you know, to remember what it was like to be younger. It was nice. Like, I got to hang out with my sisters. We watched, like, Catching Fire. We, like, picked it up because I guess it's, like, out now. You know, it's out on DVD now. We checked it out. I love that movie. I love those books. And it was just nice getting to hang out. I saw some movies. There's this movie that we used to watch as a kid, like me and my little sisters. It was Big Fat Liar. I don't know why. We had, like, a selection of, like, 5 DVDs that we, like, consistently would sit there and watch. Like, Big Fat Liar, She's the Man. I don't know, a lot of Amanda Bynes. I don't know why. And then we'd have a couple other ones like Hansel and Gretel. Things like that, and I don't know, it was kind of nice just getting to watch some of them with my sisters. It brought me back, you know, it gives you that nostalgic feeling. And I was there, and I have my N64 here at home, and I was actually, like, getting ready to set it up with a friend of mine, and I noticed, like, holy crap, like, my controllers aren't here, and I don't know where my games are. So I left my controllers with Mo. So I got those back, and then I was like, where are my games? So, you know, when I headed home this past weekend, I asked my mom, I was like, hey, do you know where all my stuff is? So then she has, you know, the garage in the back. So we went, and we started looking through there, and I was surprised how many things I found from my childhood. I mentioned to you guys that I found, like, a book of stickers where I used to, like, every Pokemon I caught, I would put a sticker down. It was like a Pokemon collectible book. I found that. I found, like, 10 Pikachus. Yeah, I found like 10 Pikachu dolls I had. I don't know why. I just happened to have like 10 Pikachu dolls laying around. One was like a sippy cup Pikachu. One was like a plushie. One was like a necklace. One was a little figurine. I guess I was really into Pikachu back in the day. I also found like all my Harry Potter books, like all my Harry Potter movies, my paintball stuff. And then near the bottom of this box, right? One of those big blue like plastic containers. At the bottom of the box, I was just like pushing crap through, you know? I felt like, you know, like I'm in Assassin's Creed, shoving stuff out of the way. I'm like, all right, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? And I was just pushing everything out. And then at the bottom of the box, I'm like, oh! First, it was like my SNES games. And I was like, yes, like I found my SNES games, awesome. And then before I know it, I found my N64 games. So I found like all my old school games, like Majora's Mask, like the gold one. I found like all that awesome stuff, and I felt so happy. I was like, yeah. So now I have all my N64 stuff. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna hook it up tonight. You know, I have a lot of free time, so I'm thinking I'm probably gonna hook it up and, you know, play some games. It's nice. I think in Majora's Mask, I have pretty much everything except like 2 pieces of heart. And then in my Ocarina of Time, I think that's 100%. But it'll be fun to get to play some of those games that, you know, I used to play as a kid. I'm just glad I found them. And it's really cool getting the chance to see some of those things. Like, I'm definitely going to put all the Pikachu figurines in, like, my office. You know, I'm going to put them all over the place. I'm going to decorate it nicely. And, you know, I guess it's just something I want to tell you guys about because I thought it was kind of cool that I found all those things. It's nice, you know, getting to go back home and finding all those things. I also found a lot of, like, pictures when I was a kid of me like riding horses and stuff like that. Who knows, maybe I'll post those on like my Instagram or something. Maybe you guys would like to see those. You know, don't make fun of me. I used to be a really strange kid. You know, I'm still pretty strange, I would say, but I might throw those up there. Who knows? Okay, going back to the Zapdos really quickly. I think we've thrown a lot of balls at him, and this guy is taking a lot more time than I expected him to catch. This dude's taking some serious work here. He seems to be popping. He seems to be getting close. But as you guys know, I can't really weaken him much more than that. I don't really have a Pokemon that I feel like can weaken him much more. If I hit another Thunderbolt, he'd probably die. Okay, this is going to take a little bit, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and just come back to when we've actually caught him. So there we have it, guys. Finally, I mean, like 6 Dusk Balls later, we have finally managed to catch Zapdos. We also grew level 73, and that was nice. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a nice nickname because it was kind of cool that, you know, I mentioned a couple of things that I saw as a kid that I got to see again. It says, number 145 Zapdos, the electric Pokemon. It is an electric flying type. So I'm glad we didn't send out Smarms out there. It's 5'3", 116 pounds, a legendary bird Pokemon that is said to appear from clouds while dropping enormous lightning bolts. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a nickname. I don't know. What do you guys want to call it? I'm gonna give it a cool nickname. I'm gonna call it. Ooh, what should I call it? This is a good one. I'm gonna call it something like this. I think I'm gonna call it Chew, because kind of like childhood. Almost a little bit like Pikachu. They're electric types. Chew. So there we go, guys. We're gonna go ahead and transfer Chew to our PC. Now with that, it seems like we're done here for today, and we've gone ahead and caught the legendary, which is good. Next up, we're actually gonna begin the looker, you know, part of this game, part of this post game. Now I'm a little more confused on the looker part, so if you guys have any tips on what's coming up with that, let me know. I really don't know too much about the looker part, but if you guys know about it, let me know. Also, I'm probably going to be posting up random pictures of my toys and stuff, like I mentioned today. You know, so if you guys want to do that, follow me on Twitter. Links are in the description. Like me on Facebook, and then follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is PurpleRodri, so you can also follow me on that. Pretty much all my pages are like PurpleRodri. So, you know, go ahead and follow that. I know I don't say that as much, but if you guys want to take a look at more of like my personal life and things like that, because I know a lot of you guys ask me questions on it, be sure to check those out, because I talk a lot more about, you know, my real life and things like that, what I'm doing in my, you know, all day stuff all around. So, you know, check those out. Now, Looker Diaries are next. If you guys have some tips, let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.